do I need to do, oh, nope, I don't. Hi, I'm Diane Wilkutz. I'm from West Hartford. I am an education advocate for students with disabilities. And I was here about 4 years ago with the student Devin Nastri, who was really struggling. He was in 12th grade. He wanted to walk in graduation. And because he had disabilities, he wasn't able to meet the graduation requirements prior to graduation. And at the time, we had a different administration, different Board of Ed, but he was told he couldn't. And we asked and asked and asked, and we kept hearing he couldn't. Eventually, he was allowed to walk in graduation, but we don't have a policy supporting that. And I think it's really important that we think carefully about this. I met a student who, I believe it was a year ago, asked to walk in graduation, couldn't walk in graduation for different reasons, but similar reasons, and was told, no, you can't. And it is heartbreaking for students. This is not something that's light. It's, you know, they're being told, well, if you finish your coursework over the summer, you can have a summer graduation, a summer ceremony. But it's not the same because it's not with their friends. And it makes a huge difference to the student. It makes we're talking about walking in graduation. We're not saying, oh, you get your diploma and you're good. What we're saying is, let's level the playing field. If a student can't finish their course requirements, let the PPT decide, let the 504 team decide, but don't simply say no. My understanding is that there are students who are sometimes, that I'm not necessarily directly aware of, who are allowed to walk, but I'm still hearing no for other students. And it's something we need to look at. So thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Ellie Rosado.
Hi, I'm Ellie Rosado, and I live in West Hartford. I graduated from Hall High School in 2024. I wasn't allowed to walk in graduation, and that crushed me. The reason I was unable to finish my requirements by the graduation was related to serious mental health needs. I actually was within a few days of completing graduation requirements and was not allowed to walk. I called the guidance counselor and asked for help, and they said letting me walk was against policy. I called the principal, and he said letting me walk was against policy. I called the superintendent, and he said letting me walk was against policy. No one provided me with the written policy, and I am aware now that there is no policy. In fact, other students have been able to walk in graduation even though they had not completed their graduation requirements. That isn't really the point. The point is, why would we not let someone walk in graduation when they are so close to finishing? Ironically, West Hartford publicly places so much emphasis on supporting students' mental health, but when it came down to it, West Hartford refused to provide the support I needed and ignored that I was emotionally unable to finish on time. As far as senior year, I was in school for a couple weeks and then could not go back. I worked with my psychiatrist, and my parents asked the school for help because I was unable to go back to school or even leave the house. I wanted to return but just couldn't. I was falling further and further behind. At some point, the district hired a tutor for me, but they didn't know how to teach me. We spent all our time trying to figure out how to do the assignments together. Thank you.